So what's going on is your Cliff Runner 2 looking a little bit something like this. Or this. Or maybe this. Or possibly this. Well, let's try to make your Cliff Runner 2 a little more like this. We're going to do a deep dive into this map today. This is a more consistent run that I had. And you'll see here that it's not a perfect run, but if we can execute this run consistently in a race, then it's going to place us really well in ranked. So if your Cliff Runner 2 is struggling and you want it to look a little more like this, stick around. We're going to break it down and show you exactly what you need to do in order to bring your Cliff Runner 2 to the next level. Now, Cliff Runner 2 is quite a difficult map to be consistent at for the duration of the race. So if you hit a hazard or two throughout the race, I wouldn't get too hung up on it. It's a longer track, so you can definitely make a comeback for sure. There's a couple areas in the map that are very key to navigate. This section right here, getting this drift smooth through here is definitely important. And then this section as well, just to get a nice smooth drift over there is also very, very smooth. These pads right there, I'll show you how to hit those. And then this drift sequence here is very key to make sure we have enough speed coming through there. You don't need to do drifting on every pad, but it is definitely ideal. Here, I like to swing out wide and hit 2 pads going through there, get us up to 1300. Drift nicely through there. And then if you can nail this sequence, it's going to set you up perfectly for the rest of the lap. So again, you'll see that we clipped the cliff there and here. It's not a perfect run, but the time at the end will show that even with a couple hiccups here and there, you can still get a pretty consistent time. So we'll just finish out this lap, and then we'll go into breaking down some of these mechanics and some of the things that we're looking for to get through these sections of the map. We will cross the line here with, I believe it's a 2:32 something. 2:32.73. All right, so we just looked at what a clean-ish lap looks like, what a lap that you'd like to achieve looks like. So we're going to break it down and touch on some of the key areas throughout the lap, what you need to look for, what you need to be doing in order to achieve consistent times on Cliff Runner 2. And it all starts with a 100% boost. You want to get a good boost through here. Not our forte. So you want to drift right, drift left. And then I like to aim for this gap here. I'm going to aim for this gap. And then hit this boost pad. And then you're going to want to start drifting. Drifting so your car is angled down this way. You're going to hit this pad, under there, and then once you hit that pad, you're going to start a drift out this way. And then as soon as you hit this, you're going to straighten out your drift so that you don't clip this one here. And then you're going to hit this pad. And you can jump to cut it off. And then you're going to want to start your drift about here when you're at speed. Miss that rock. Straighten out through here. And then drift again all the way through here. Straighten out when you get to about this area right here. Drift again. Release. And then you want to start your left drift. So you're drifting this way. You can jump to make sure you have a clean landing here. I like to flip across the road and then onto these boost pads. So this boost, this turbo that you're going to use right now, I use it just before I hit this pad. So if we go back to see what this looks like, do a little drifting through here. I've never gone through that section backwards. So you would have come through here on your first lap. You're gonna go, you're gonna hit this, or you're gonna hit that boost pad. You're gonna hit this boost pad, and then when you flip down, high boost, and then boost through there, it's gonna get you a lot of speed. Now for this section, you could just pass through here, and then drift kind of like that, release, and you wanna hit all three of those boost pads. And ideally you wanna drift from the beginning, but I would just experiment with how much you're capable of drifting and getting consistent. Your first task should be making sure that you hit all three of these pads, and then you can mix in the boosts as you see, or your drifts as you see fit. We got a big one through here, and then we'll go over here, flip over there. You might get a mag flip like we just did, and you're gonna wanna hold that drift. The whole idea of drifting through this section is so that you can drift way out wide here. Get yourself set up for these pads, because there is the opportunity to hit a dull pad here. So you're gonna jump up to the ceiling, you're gonna angle your car appropriately to hit both those pads, and then you're gonna fly off to the left. Some people like to, I've seen some people do it the other way, where they're gonna try and hit it so that you're gonna die here. Yeah, so now we're just spider car. They're gonna come off here and they're gonna try to hit it and go off to the right. So off to the right here. But you can see there's a much smaller gap to hit, right? There's this cliff face here. There's a much smaller gap to hit, whereas if we're looking to go left, there's a lot of room to hit out left. You can go out left, then you can go over the sign, flip down, and then you're on to lap 2. So again, we're gonna drift through here. We're gonna go hit this. Right through here, we're gonna drift, release, then through this section. Just like that. We're gonna drift that way, drift. We don't wanna hit that. You gotta be careful. This seems to have a larger hitbox, I've found, so try to steer a little bit clear of that. So that was a good example. Drift, hop up, across here, and then flip across, and then you're going to hit your turbo right here on this pad. So you're going to hit your turbo over this pad, flip down over this pad, and then you'll see these pads right here. Now until you can get this boost section, turbo section consistent, I wouldn't worry too much about this pad on the right, because it's pretty tricky to hit. We just died. It's pretty tricky to hit at speed. So for now, what I would recommend is making sure that we can hit our turbo through here, and then when we get to this section, we're going to turbo again, fly across, land, hit these 3 pads, drift as much as you can through here. If that's just one, that's just a little drift there, no problem. And then we're going to go through here, flip. You might get some unwanted mag flips, but hopefully you're able to control it, drift out wide. And then we're going to want to hit and target 2 pads. We only hit 1 there. That's alright. Again, we're going to want to get through here. Hit a hazard just because we like super hot fire. And drift consistently through here. If you can get this drift down, you're going to be ahead of a lot of people. We're going to jump over again. And then hit our turbo through here. And if you can drift like that. Coming around here. And then if you use, don't worry about that hazard. If you used all your turbos at the points that we set, you're only going to have 1 use through here. And you're going to cross the line. So my recommendation is to go back, dissect what we were just talking about, and seeing how much of that you can implement into your Cliff Runner 2 run to get yourself in those 2:30 mark. If you can achieve a 2:30 something consistently, you're going to be right in contention in Cliff Runner 2. The lower you can get to that 230 mark, so 232, 233, 234, something like that, it's going to get you a really good chance at winning your race on Cliff Runner 2. It's a tough map. A lot of people struggle with this map, so just break it down into little sections. See what sort of sections you can adapt into your gameplay, whether it's the start, drifting, and getting all those pads to that first sector, or whether it's hitting the pads appropriately through that middle sector. Whatever it is, just take small snippets and implement it into your gameplay. And if you just follow that route, just in general, whether you're down in Diamond, Elite, something like that, you're going to be having a great time in Ranked. So I hope this video helped. If it did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and we will catch you in the next map breakdown. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe.